suffers a bit of a hit. I have to laugh, folks. I laugh at the conventional wisdom, and I laugh at the smart people, the way they think inside the Beltway. Have you heard on this contempt citation against Holder and the executive privilege thing of Obama? Have you heard the advice Romney's getting? You don't talk about that. Don't go to. You better stay focused on the economy, bud. The economy's where it's at. Don't get sidetracked. Don't let Obama and Holder pull off a brilliant scheme here. They're going to distract everybody. No decision on this before the election. Don't worry about it. They're trying to distract everybody. I don't doubt that Holder and Obama were praying for a major Supreme Court decision today. I have no doubt they were praying for, I don't know how often they pray, and to whom, but I bet you they were praying for a giant decision today to distract everybody from this EP business. And I'll tell you something else Obama's going to need to be distracted from, or he's going to want people distracted from, is it is becoming apparent as we go through his book and read David Moranis' book about his book, that this guy's a fraud. That he's literally made up his life story. All the important thing in that book, this biography of Obama's is all about these epiphanies on the road to racial understanding and self-realization and all that gobbledygook left-wing garbage. And at every one of these moments where Obama, as a young child, as a young man, as a growing adult, realizes something, a reality strikes him, and his life is filled with greater understanding. And he moves forward and matures. Every one of those events is fraudulent, made up. There's even a headline, I think it's Investors Business Daily, is the President of the United States a pathological liar? So he's going to want people distracted from that. He's going to want people distracted from the executive privilege, but they're warning Romney, don't talk about this executive privilege, but you better stick with the economy. He can do everything. We got plenty of time here. It's starting to fall apart for Obama. You're getting closer and closer and closer to Jimmy Carter, too. Almost verbatim. But the economic news today, we aren't distracted, as you know. We cover everything because I am America's real anchor. Oh, did you hear about nightly news last night? All three networks, what they led. ABC led with the heat wave. Here you've got the Attorney General held in contempt by Congressional Committee. You've got the regime invoking executive privilege for only one of two reasons. None of them good. ABC leads with a heat wave. Brian Williams talked about Fast and Furious for the first time in a long time with a smirk on his face, very disappointed. And he just said, this is just a sign of our broken politics. That's all it was. CBS did a little bit more than the others because they've got Cheryl Atkinson, who's been on the case on this. But they treated this as a ho-hummer. The networks, I told you yesterday, they're circling the wagons to defend Obama on this. They're not interested whatsoever. Yesterday they were shocked and stunned. Oh, my God, executive privilege, that's death. That's Nixon to them. But give them time to reconnoiter, put themselves back together after the big shock, and they'll start circling the wagons to construct this impenetrable wall where nobody will get inside and learn any more about this at the regime level. Utterly predictable. But the economic news today is not good. You got Bernanke saying, "I'm sorry, I can't do any more for Obama's economy." He didn't use those words, but that's what it means. We have job openings drop 8%, private sector shouldering nearly all of the unemployment pain. This is CNBC. Private sector's fine, I know. Private sector's fine, hunky-dory and cool, everything fine. And then we've got the unemployment news, and it's revised upward again last week, the number of claims for unemployment, and we are creeping dangerously close back to the threshold of 400,000 a week. And we've got the Fed with their revisions on their economic forecasts, and they have revised downward their prediction for economic growth. They have revised upward their prediction on unemployment. It's ugly out there. It is really, really ugly. And Romney has outraised Obama somewhere in some state. And I saw this story. The drive-bys reporting this story were shocked. They couldn't believe it. The story is Obama's spending money faster than he's raising it. No kidding. What would make that seem like a surprise? This guy who has raised the national debt more than all the other previous presidents combined, $1 trillion deficits every year, the most irresponsible chief executive in terms of spending and everything else we've ever had, and they're shocked that Obama is spending more than he's raising. I don't know, folks. Surrounded by idiocy. Everywhere we go, we're surrounded by stupid people that are supposed to be smart. And again, just to repeat, let's go back, grab soundbite 21. Here we have the official Democrat Party explanation for the Attorney General Eric Holder being found in contempt of Congress. Well, of the committee, not the whole House yet, yesterday.
It's really important to note how this is connected with some of their other decisions. It is no accident, it is no coincidence that the Attorney General of the United States is the person responsible for making sure that voter suppression does not happen in our country, that issues that relate to the civil liberties of the American people are upheld. These very same people are holding him in contempt, are part of a nationwide scheme to suppress the vote.
Here you have it. That's what it's all about, folks. Planet of stupider. This is the same Nancy Pelosi who says she could have arrested Karl Rove anytime she wanted. But she didn't, because she was responsible. And we will be back.